What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's video, we're going to be discussing the 5 things I wish I knew before buying the GTS. The first thing is going to be the brakes. Now, there is nothing wrong with the stopping power of the brakes. They're actually really good. But if you can hear this, they screech really loudly on cold days. And today, it's not even that bad. When it gets really cold, like 10 degrees outside, the brakes screech like a banshee and it's so loud. Right now it's 40 degrees and let me show you guys what it sounds like from the outside. I can't imagine what it's like for the people outside of the car. Now obviously for me it's not a deal breaker. Usually with really big brakes like the Amg Gts has, it comes with a lot of noise. So there's not really much you can do because it's just the composition of the brake pad. The OEM brake pads are semi-metallic, so on top of just having really big brakes, see, you can hear, wow, that's so loud. The second thing is gas. Before I bought this car, I knew this car would just absolutely demolish fuel, but I didn't know it would do it like this. Just yesterday, I filled up my car with gas. And yes, I did drive in Sport Plus mode and individual mode and whatnot. I'm about a half a tank of gas left, and I literally just filled this car up yesterday. And when you buy this car, there's this thing called a gas guzzler tax. This car is the opposite of eco-friendly, so you get taxed on it, which is great. And that being said, let's do a poll. Are so good too. The stopping power is phenomenal. So if you're trying to get yourself into an AMG, or at least a V8 AMG, just know that you're gonna be paying a lot of money for some gas. Alright, and the third thing is gonna have to be the unwanted attention you get with driving this car. When I first picked up this car from the dealership, literally the same day taking delivery, as soon as I pulled onto the highway, some guy just lane split, swerved through traffic, drove absolutely recklessly, and cruised right next to me, literally right next to me, just to give me a thumbs up. I appreciate that people like my car, I really do, but when you drive recklessly through traffic, and you're basically just driving like an idiot to come get my attention and give me a thumbs up, it's a big no-no. At traffic lights, oh my gosh, you guys. I've had this car for 1 year, and I feel like it's a weekly thing that when I stop at traffic lights, trucks, Hondas, American muscle cars, they rev their engines at me to get my attention because they want to race. And even in parking lots, when I go, like for example, to the grocery store, I park far away for a reason. And still, people will find their way right next to me, especially Honda Odysseys and trucks. Then the thing with parking is I don't ever want to double park because there's a lot of jealous people out there. They see a nice car that's double parked and you give them more of a reason to pretty much key your car, damage your car. You have to park far away in a single spot, and that's the best you can do. So fast. Now, the fourth thing is, I wish I knew like how low this car actually is. When you're driving this car, you're basically sitting on the road. You're sitting on the ground. You really have to be careful with the dips in the road, the speed bumps, the potholes. So you always gotta be like 110% alert when you're driving this car. No matter what car you drive, you have to be alert. But for the average person that doesn't really have to care about speed bumps and stuff like that, you do. You really do. Just the other day, at the grocery store, I went over a speed bump, and guess what? Yep, we scraped. Now, another thing with being very low to the ground is you have to be wary of other drivers because they might not see you. Some lady in like the Lexus SUV, I forgot what the model was, but she was in a Lexus SUV. She was trying to switch lanes to come in front of me, and I literally had to smash my brakes in order to avoid a collision. And she knew what she did wrong, so we both pulled up to the traffic light, and my window was already down a little bit just because I like to hear the exhaust in my car. But then she rolled her window down. She was like, "I'm so sorry, I didn't see you. I checked my blind spot and everything." I was just like, "It's okay, no worries, everything is fine. There's no damage, no harm done. Let's just move on with our day." And she was just like, "Thanks, whatever," and then bye. And the fifth and final thing that is actually really annoying is driving this car at night. Driving this car at night is honestly such a pain in the ass. I'm not even kidding. Like, you are so low to the ground that someone else's headlights driving in the opposite direction is directly in your line of sight, and it's so hard to see sometimes. So I try to avoid driving this car at night. Small SUVs, mid-sized sedans, trucks, pickup trucks, if there are any of those on the road driving in the opposite direction as you, then just expect to be blinded for like 15 seconds until you pass them. Oh, and one more bonus one. These side mirrors, they are in such an awkward position. If you're trying to turn, or like let's say for example, you're at a four-way intersection, this mirror will actually block the road that you're trying to look at to see if there's any other cars. And the funny thing is, your seating position doesn't matter. I've tried it. All the way back, all the way up, all the way down, all the way forward, normal seating position, it's always going to be in your way. Basically, when you're trying to make a turn, you have to literally bring your head like all the way up, all the way forward. Let's race the street. We beat the train, woo! If you guys are planning on buying a GTS, just keep those 6 things in mind. And yeah, we're about to hit some traffic in the beautiful city of Boston, so I'm sure you guys don't want to stick around for that.